If Blood was a movie, plot changes and casting calls. Adapting video games into movies have always been a tricky process, especially when capturing the essence of a beloved cult classic like Blood, known for its unique blend of occult horror, Western gunslinger aesthetics, and over-the-top violence. This game offers fertile grounds for a cinematic adaptation. But how would one the twisted tale Caleb the Undead Gunslinger translate to the big screen? Let's explore potential plot changes, casting, and what might be done to retain Blood's brutal charm. Plot changes from game to screen. Green. Number 1. Streamlining the story. In the game, Caleb embarks on a bloody revenge journey against Chernobog, the dark god who betrayed him and his fellow chosen. However, the game's episodic structure and scattered backstory might be hard to translate directly into a cohesive narrative. To make the film more accessible, the movie could streamline Caleb's quest while focusing on key emotional beats. His resurrection, the loss of his lover Ophelia, and his brutal vengeance against Chernobog and his minions. Proposed storyline: the movie would open with a flashback of Caleb as a ruthless 19th century gunslinger, seduced by Ophelia and lured into the Cabal cult. Fast forward to the present. Caleb awakes from his grave to find the cult stronger than ever. Ophelia has been murdered, and Caleb swears revenge. The film would follow Caleb through three major acts. Number 1, resurrection and revenge. Caleb's rise from the dead in initial skirmishes with Cabal's forces. Number 2, the hunt for the Chosen's betrayers. Caleb tracks down each of Chernobog's lieutenants, battling monsters and uncovering Cabal's deeper plans. And number 3, confrontation with Chernobog. The final showdown with Caleb and the Dark God, culminating in a catastrophic supernatural battle. This approach preserves the game's dark atmosphere while keeping the narrative tight. 2, adding a contemporary twist. While Blood takes place in the 1920s, a film adaptation might benefit from blending periods. By merging the game's gothic, western, and retrofuturistic elements, the game could create a visually stunning. The movie could create a visually stunning universe reminiscent of Sin City or Mad Max Fury Road. Caleb's undead gunslinger persona would remain the same, but the world around him could be an alternate reality where time periods collide and the occult rules the world. 3. Deeper character exploration. In the game, Caleb is a cold, quipping anti-hero, but movies tend to demand more depth from the protagonists. To give Caleb a more cinematic arc, the film could explore his internal struggle with the darkness inside him. Is he just as monstrous as the enemies he kills? Flashbacks to his human life could flesh out his backstory, showing his love for his Ophelia, and his lust for power could lead him to Chernobog, creating a parallel between his past and present. Casting the characters, Caleb, played by Josh Brolin. For Caleb, we need an actor who can embody raw brutality, world weariness, and a touch of dark humor. Josh Brolin, from Deadpool 2 and Cesario, would fit bills perfectly. His rugged looks and a deep voice could bring the undead gunslinger to life, portraying Caleb as a menacing yet charismatic anti-hero. Ophelia Price, played by Eva Green, as Caleb's lost love. Ophelia's character could be expanded in the movie to add emotional weight. Eva Green, Penny Dreadful, full 300 Rise of an Empire would be the ideal choice. She excels in playing dark, mysterious characters and could give Ophelia a tragic yet powerful presence, appearing in flashbacks and haunting Caleb throughout his journey. Chernobog, played by Doug Jones with CGI. Chernobog, the dark god of the Cabal, is a towering demonic figure, and Doug Jones, Hellboy, the Shape of Water, is a master of portraying monstrous characters. His ability to emote for prosthetics and CGI would make Chernobog a terrifying villain, while his physical performance could give the character a regal yet menacing quality. Sheog, William Dafoe, voice. As one of Chernobog's top lieutenants, the gargoyle Sheog could be brought to life with motion capture and CGI. William Dafoe's unmistakable voice, known for his mix of intensity and unpredictability. Lighthouse Spider-Man would be perfect for his sadistic monsters She-Hulk. Ishmael, Benicio del Toro, one of the last chosen left alive in the game's lore. Ishmael could play a larger role in the film as Caleb's reluctant ally. Benicio del Toro, Cesario, the Wolfman, could bring him air, mystery, and menace to the character, portraying Ishmael as someone with shifting allegiances, adding complexity to the story. Cerberus, CGI creature voiced by Frank Welker. Cerberus, a two-headed fire-breathing dog in the game, is one of the more memorable bosses. As a CGI creature, it would need a vocal performance by a veteran of monster sounds, and Frank Welker from Transformers and Scooby-Doo has the experience to make Cerberus as fearsome as he is in the game. Special cameo in the movie adaptation of Blood, a cameo from Stefan White, the actor who voiced Caleb in the original game, would be a fitting nod to the fans in the legacy of the game. Given White's iconic portrayal as the undead gunslinger, his cameo would be a pivotal or humorous role that ties in the dark horror comedy tone of the film. Here's how White's role would play out. Role: the mysterious gravekeeper. White, who could appear as the mysterious gravekeeper in one of the early scenes just before Caleb rises from his grave. The gravekeeper would have an eerie, foreboding presence, maintaining the cemetery where Caleb's body was buried. As the undead gunslinger begins his resurrection, White's character might watch from the shadows, muttering something cryptic or grimly humorous, hinting that he knows who Caleb is, or perhaps suggesting he's seen this kind of dark resurrection before. Scene's description: Caleb's grave begins to crack open, and a thick fog rolls across the cemetery. As Caleb claws his way out, White's character approaches, leaning on a shovel, watching the undead figure emerge. In his signature deep, gravelly voice, he might say something. About time you woke up. You've got a lot of unfinished business, don't you? He could then tip his hat, disappearing into the mist, his role complete. This moment would serve as both an Easter egg for fans of White's voice work and a chilling introduction to the film's dark supernatural atmosphere. The cameo would also offer White a chance to influence the film with his dark humor, something that was a hallmark of Caleb's character in the game. Without taking too away from the main plot, fans would immediately recognize his voice and an extra layer of enjoyment for those familiar with the initial original Blood. The tone and atmosphere, visual style, the Blood movie would benefit from a stylized, almost comic book aesthetic, dark, gothic environments mixed with surreal, nightmarish imagery. The industrial landscapes, creepy temples, and undead infested crypts in the game could be brought to life with CGI and practical effects to maintain the game's over-the-top violence and horror atmosphere. Films like Sin City or 300 would serve as visual inspirations, blending the noirish tones with splashes of vibrant blood red hues, horror, and gore. One of Blood's defining traits is its over-the-top violence, and any film adaptation would need to embrace that. Imagine the visceral gore of Evil Dead combined with the stylish action of John Wick. The movie would not shy away from Caleb's brutal methods of dispatching enemies, whether it's setting foes on fire with a flare gun or blowing them up with bundles of TNT. The film's horror would mix grotesque body horror with occult elements, creating a constant sense of unease. Conclusion: a bloody success. Adapting Blood into a movie is no easy task. To capture the cold game's charm, the film must walk a fine line between paying homage to its 90s FPS roots and crafting a compelling narrative that works for modern audiences by streamlining the plot, adding depth to the characters, and casting actors who can handle the dark material. A Blood movie could be a horror action hit if done right. Caleb's gruesome journey of vengeance would fit right in with other iconic anti-heroes of the silver screen, ensuring that Blood's legacy lives on in a new medium. Hey there, fantasy and science fiction fans, lovers. If you can't get enough of mystical realms, futuristic worlds, and thrilling adventures, then you come to the right place. By subscribing to Fantasy and Science Fiction at Story Nori, you gain access to to an amazing collection of stories that will transport you to realms beyond your imagination. By hitting that subscribe button, you'll never miss out on the latest tales of wizards, time travels, space exploration, and so much more. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the best in fantasy and science fiction storytelling, and we're always adding new and exciting content for you to enjoy. But that's not all. By subscribing, you'll be also becoming part of our incredible community of fellow fantasy and sci-fi enthusiasts. You'll be first to know about the latest content for the channel that you won't find anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? Join us on this epic journey into the unknown by subscribing to Fantasy and Science Fiction at Story Nori today. Your next thrilling adventure awaits. Right, hit that subscribe button and let the storytelling begin. Thank you for being part of our amazing community. We can't wait to share even more incredible stories with you.